Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting day of Overwatch. My name is Eric Culver, and I'm joined by probably Peter.
Yo, yo.
Oh, my back is sore. Oh, my vocals are not, as I'm prepared to spectate another fantastic game of Overwatch. Today we have the University of Hartford versus Widener University. This is a rematch from last week, as well as our first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, really exciting to see a playoff berth from the U-Heart team here. They did fantastic in the regular season. I believe their final score was 5-1, or was it 4-2?
I think they ended 5-1.
5-1, and they did a fantastic job getting better with every single iteration.
So looks like Control Center. There is a pause.
That's odd. Well, why don't we just get everyone reaccustomed to the names then? So for the University of Hartford team, we are going to be having Super Vader on the tank, Cranky on the Symmetra, then we're going to have May on the side of Orimoru. And then Revan 1982 most likely going to be playing the Kiriko, and then Blackout Leroy going to be playing the Lucio on the side of University of Hartford. Rather impressed that I was able to remember everybody's playing character, but it's rather stock and standard for this University of Hartford team. They enjoy a good brawl. Lucio Kiriko is a very strong backline, so could be incredibly solid for the University of Hartford team. But then moving over to on the side of Widener University.
I made a mistake
Sorry,
when I set up the lobby.
Technical issues with the lobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
it does happen. We are in fact NA.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm coming through really laggy, huh?
Yes.
I don't.
Peter? Okay, he's not in VC. Unsure. Alright, well, anyways. Looks like we've got the Atlanta Reign versus the Philadelphia Fusion in today's matchup, which I think this is going to be a battle for the ages. We know Widener has some talent on the roster. Multiple of these players are Masters GM level, as well as a few still up there in the Diamond Plat. But the University of Hartford were still able to get the upper hand in the last matchup. Looking forward to see how it plays out this go around. See if Widener made any adaptations. Hartford probably just gonna stick with what they know and, you know, run what worked last time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Now, coming back in, we are on Lijiang Tower. New map this time. It appears to be Night Market. Can't wait to see what comps the team rolls out on. I'm expecting a Winston from Super Vader, and if I remember last time, King Kodo opted for the Orisa during the first round of this map. Barry,
yeah, I think.
Barry,
Sorry, I am back. Yeah. Is it a little less laggy?
I don't know. Respond to me right now.
Okay, I'm responding to you right now.
It's kind of close.
Okay. Might also just be my snappy reaction times being a little less than par. But yeah, King Kodo was definitely playing a very interesting tank style last time that we watched Widener University against U-Heart. It's definitely going to be the matchup to watch here, as it's the biggest difference between these two universities' playstyle. But they're both going to be rolling out on the Winston here. Very, very standard combo. We do see a difference. Sim teleporter for the start for Orimoru. Most likely just get a little bit of advantage and then a tracer swap. And then obviously Hanakawa and Barry Obama playing a Cassidy and Soldier respectively.
Starting off, watching the Winston of Super Vader. Oh, he's getting absolutely obliterated. Unfortunately, Revan 1982 was getting zoned out by the enemy Winston and could not assist him whatsoever. We have Orimoru in a 1v1 right now against the Cassidy, as King Kodo is just looking to press the advantage. And they just take control as the University of Hartford opts to back off instead.
And I did miss a little bit of that due to some monitor issues. But yeah, this Widener University has a great position in courtyard. But
Cranky.
cracked open by Cranky.
Cranky finds the rail shot as Super Vader looks to go deep with the help of his Lucio. Now Orimaru just being a nuisance on this side, just helping Super Vader just clean up all of these kills together. And now it's just a Cassidy and a Winston that remain. Cassidy 1 HP taken out by Orimaru. Oh, powerful Helix rocket comes out of Barry Obama. Is now Orimaru the only one left alive for Hartford as 2 respawns are coming back, and looks like Widener are going to win this other fight yet again. Oh, and a late stagger comes out from Orimaru as Hartford is just going to opt to wait and take a second. A couple ults coming online, mainly support ults as well as a rush, or as well as a tactical advisor rather, for Widener as Ana here. Just playing safe, keeping their team alive. Goes for the nano onto the Winston as Winston tries just going deep, chasing down this Sojourn. But Sojourn just going to slide away, completely safe. Great peel coming out from the Lucio, forces the Primal Rage. Still trying to hunt down this Sojourn, but cannot find it. And now Overclock available for Cranky. Curious to see if he opts to use it. Super Vader pulls the Primal, trying to finish this one off without using any more ultimates. Hopefully chasing down these stagger kills as this soldier, Barry Obama, no chance to go but back to the spawn room as Revan 1982 takes him out with a headshot by the Kiriko.
All right, and it does seem like the University of Hartford has finished their warm-up, so hopefully they're able to just start the game now, and they'll go good from here. A very long stagger on the point does leave 85, and only 15 seconds left for point control on the side of Widener. This University of Hartford team's going to have to go very well, but this is a very strong start. With
Oh my god!
Takes out Katra, Orimaru finishes off King Kota, then Super Vader's able to find Hanakawa and spawn. An incredible job holding here. They're going to need a couple more of those if they're going to get all the way up to 99, 100% no less.
Absolutely clean accuracy and precision coming out from Cranky on the Sojourn for the University of Hartford. Couple ultimates online for Widener, but it doesn't matter as Cranky takes him out yet again. Although he gets squished.
Yeah, sadly we slowed by something. Revan, however, able to pick up a little bit of the slack on Super Vader, just getting this cleave damage in.
Revan is going crazy!
Through heads! Finding 2 consecutive headshot kills, filling up the leader, the kill board with a couple of spicy ones, up to 70, almost 70% here for the University of Hartford team. This is a really, really good comeback for them. They're gonna have to hold it maybe 2 more fights to start off this Li Shang with a W on the board.
As he said, 1, maybe 2 fights remaining, as Widener University does still have a powerful ultimate combo with the Tactical Advisor and Kitsune Rush, and it looks like they're pulling it out right now. The sound barrier comes out from Blackout and completely negates all of this as Super Vader also pops the Primal Rage and just bullies him, just denying any purchase that he was looking for. It cleans up the Cassidy, and it looks like King Koto going to be the only one for Widener alive, just stalling this out as long as he's able to, but respawns come back. Orimaru killing them before they can even get there. King Koto does fall. Barry Obama unable to touch, and the University of Hartford take round number 1 of Lijiang Tower.
And Barry Obama desperately trying to get elected that entire time, but sadly being pushed back by the brutal punditry of that Winston and Primal Rage. I think that was an incredibly well thought out strategy by the Widener team, attempting to take 2 angles, pushing out both the right side flank and main choke. But sadly, the University of Hartford was able to just take it on the chin, disengage slowly, but taking 2 kills with them, setting them up for absolute success, turning 2 fights into 1. That was a really, really solid look from the University of Hartford, and I can feel they're warmed up. I'm feeling the heat coming off this team now.
Speaking of heat, this mid-round intermission is brought to you by Swiss Miss, your best place for all hot cocoa needs. If you are ever in need of warmth and your heating in your apartment has not been working, get a fresh cup of Swiss Miss hot chocolate. As Orimaru finds the wall onto the enemy Reinhardt already, Super Vader hits the pin, bringing them incredibly low, and they get the first kill onto King Koto with the Reinhardt pick. They're just looking to keep this going. They're finding all of these stagger kills. Another great wall by Orimaru on the Mei, and they're just going to send one or two people back to get the cap and hold this choke as well as they can.
This is a rare instance of an entire team kill happening before the point even unlocks. That's literally perfect flowchart Overwatch here, and the University of Hartford is playing it. They're already holding the choke here before the point even unlocks. Some would say that's detrimental. They don't actually get as much value, but it doesn't matter. That's just game design. They're playing too fast for the game developers. You can anticipate what they're doing here. Speaking of which, this ultimate is going to be coming online speedy quick for Super Vader. Nearly double the ult charge of his contemporary in King Kodo.
As well as
King, already just seeing the future.
As well as a Baptiste amplification matrix from Revan 1982. Looks like they go for the window of Fire Strike. Super Vader looking to find these kills. The lamp might have just barely saved their life. Goes for the headshot onto the Reinhardt just to secure it, just to make sure he does not get to live. And now 3 people left alive for Widener, just gonna do their best to not stagger themselves. And it looks like they will succeed.
And they do a good job. Note that the University of Hartford, after playing 2 very successful fights, is only at 50% here.
Where are they
make
going?
A wild rotation going top left. They're raiding the wall.
What is this play? What just happened?
They decided to show left and then immediately dribble to the right. Hanakawa was able to pick up one, but it might not matter. Ooh, Westage taking down Super Vader.
2 incredible picks rather, coming out on the Baptiste and the Reinhardt directly after. And University of Hartford's just forced to retreat as 4 Widener University take control of the objective. Respawns are back for Hartford, and they may or may not try to go right now, as we see a interesting setup as he immediately drops off of the high ground. I take it back.
Barry Obama just playing the psychological game back, deciding that he needs to boom everyone's mental, including his own team. However, they do group up, and they're going to be able to start this fight off 5v5.
Oh, he gets ejected!
But Hanakawa finds the snipe through it.
He gets taken out before he can even get the blizzard out of his hand, and he immediately falls. A fantastic window coming out of Katra, as Revan is in a bit of a pickle here, as he's probably going to get taken out. Yeah.
Another reminder that Overwatch is in fact a horror game. Revan turning around and immediately seeing a burly 600-pound German man right in front of his face, ready to rip it off. However, University of Hartford still has an advantage here on point control. They will also likely only need 1 to 2 fights after the fact, depending on trickles. They're taking an advantage here. Widener not able to hold the door as well as the University of Hartford has, but they're respecting the space and allowing for a little bit of rotation here.
And that's just the nature of the compositions. They have the Baptiste, they have the Zenyatta, as well as a lack of Mei. They opt to have a double hit scan. Big Earth Shatter comes out. He misses the pin. What? I don't even know. Cranky has the overclock, looking to make magic happen yet again in the backline, dominating all of the squishies. Oh my lord, his Sojourn is so unbelievable. He does fall though to the hands of King Kodo on the Reinhardt. Soldier is back. Barry Obama on this high ground, posing a dominant threat, but Orimaru puts the wall up. Barry Obama just going to stall this out as long as he can. He does get taken out by Blackout on the Lucio. Tracer by Hanakawa. Again, just stalling this out as long as they can. And it is last fight territory for Widener University, as Super Vader is looking to maybe try to get some stagger kills here and just force their hand into a awkward overtime fight. But no one finds any picks. Orimaru again with this Blizzard. Revan as well. And I think this Blizzard is just going to completely shut down Widener. And they can't get any value with that. And what a freeze! Oh my lord! Super Vader goes to town on the frozen targets. King Koda and Hanikawa, the only people left alive, as it is a 2v2. It is a 1v1 Reinhardt versus Tracer. This is...
I've played this game browser before. I'm pretty sure the Tracer wins, except there is a support.
Oh, but he finds the Fire Strike. 2 people coming back. Cranky now just getting harassed. Revan has the window online, opts to use it. Shattered finds one on Barry Obama. Look at this healing and DPS combination of the Baptiste, absolutely popping off. And you know, it's something he's been working on, and he made it work when it mattered.
I really do have to give it up. That was a fantastic round. The University of Hartford taking the first map of Li Jiang away from Widener. And this first playoff match, really, I do have to give it up to Cranky. I'm hoping that he gets play of the game so that all of these words are justified somehow. However, it does go over to Super Vader. Let's give him a little bit of shout out because the Rhine was strong. Not only the Rhine, the Winston also worked incredibly well, but the Rhine looked swaggy P. Taking that P right back from the Philadelphia Fusion Fakers, that is Widener University. The faked Atlanta Reign instead will be taking the first map of Li Jiang. And that was a fantastic game, man. I watching Cranky fight, crack open so many of those maps, just like a cold one on a Saturday afternoon. Different. Hits really different.
Watching
And,
that watching that man play Sojourn is just a treat to be around. He's put so much time into working and you could say perfecting the art, and perfect it he has is it's beautiful.
It is incredible because you just see a raw interpretation of Sojourn as you see so much time and effort seeping through in every single micro detail that they do. Though they might not have a deep understanding of the game, they really do have a deep understanding of this character and this hero. Those clutch moments are really becoming Cranky's MO. And it's great to see this University of Hartford develop this kind of individual identity on each of these characters. Super Vader being wildly aggressive on the tank. Blackout being a very, very solid Lucio, chasing down kills, equal levels of aggression. Cranky just cracking out of his mind every time that he touches the Sojourn character. But this time we do see Cranky set aside for Become Based coming in. And why don't you tell me a little bit about his specialization when it comes to his favorite characters?
Become Based is he's a nutcase. Really, whatever he picks up, it's gonna be magical. I'm expecting the Cassidy for King's Road, but we do know as well his Hanzo it's a threat. It's always a threat. No matter where you are on the map, there could be a dragon coming through that wall.
Calling Become Based Hanzo a threat is very similar to calling, the fear of 9/11 a threat. It's a big thing. It's a huge threat. It's a world-rending event that is just coming for you, and it is an unstoppable force that just is paracausal in nature. It does not make sense. It defies all expectations. Hopefully we do get to see a little bit of it, but very similarly on this Cassidy, we're expecting a lot of heavy damage, good fight clutches, and a very solid connection here. Hopefully with Orimoru, who's going to be playing the Mei, slightly different from the expected comp out of Widener here. Since last time they played King's Row, once again, they chose to go King's Row. They're deciding to go with a little bit of a goofier comp. They have the Orisa, they have the Bastion here. Pretty standard when it comes to Hanakawa on the Cassidy, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this heavy damage, more sustained comp goes up against a higher peak damage, a higher peak fight rate comp inside of University of Hartford.
Now, this is really... Oh, no! Orimoru falls with with his ice block available, it seemed, which is not something you ever want to see. And both DPS down. The Super Vader just going to do whatever he can to escape with his life. And they managed to do just that. Blackout gets taken low as well. Immortality Field, well timed. Orimoru might be back in time. He gets the wall. Hopefully not going to fall himself. As King Kodo finds another two. Orimoru certainly falling right behind him. And looks like Blackout and Become Based just going to run away with their lives. And hopefully not get staggered as Become Based... Oh, he gets taken out, and now Blackout, the only one left alive yet again, just gonna bob and weave his way out of danger, and he makes it.
Hey Adam, what does Orimoru and Berlin have in common? Both of them had walls fall. And as we get back into this fight, it's definitely going to be a wall that needs to stay up, as Orimoru is going to need to find a little bit more purchase on this Mei inside of these fights. I haven't seen a lot of wall activity, largely because of them getting picked off first, but that survivability is key to the strategy. You need to survive long enough to actually be able to put the walls up in the right position. And we know Orimoru is a master builder, so we see a
great wall comes out.
Coming out here.
Oh, but the Terror Surge with the Immortality Field. Oh, and Orimoru died with his... Oh, no, he had it on cooldown. Okay. But that Immortality Field was massive, as it allowed King Kodo just to kind of vibe inside his ultimate, and Hartford couldn't do anything. They couldn't break the lamp somehow, and that's a, what, 2K, 3K for King Kodo?
I think it was almost a 4K, able to finish off with a spear and a couple of body shots to another one. that was very, very impressive. We start to see the reign, the visage put forth by Widener here when it comes to playing this comp. That Orisa can be incredibly strong, and King Koto is literally the difference maker in these fights. University of Hartford is going to have to start shutting them down, especially when they have the ultimate online. But the wall comes out.
They're not able to
negate
touch. What a monster play yet again by King Koto on this Orisa. And Hanikawa takes out Blackout. 5 ultimates online for Hartford, but it doesn't matter. They can't even get a fight to go.
Yeah, they can't find the timing, and once again,
Oh,
they're taken
he's
out.
dead
That
here.
is not your spawn, buddy. As at 2 HP, Orimaru hiding like Anne Frank, sadly taken out by an artillery strike by Barry Obama. Tough state of affairs for the United States, but very understandable as Orimaru was a threat that needed to be taken care of. University of Hartford, 5 ults. 5 ults.
Every one of these fights are over before Hartford can make a move. They really need, at this point, I just want to see Revan pop this window down, and they just act. They just need to act right now, and they're not acting. King
Every
Koto,
second that passes is a mistake.
again, they just push forward into the space and find so much value. Become base looking for just a solo onto the Orisa, but the Orisa lives. Earthshatter comes out, finds 2 in the backline. King Koto is still alive on the objective. Kitsune Russian, they're just pushing the card in. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh, and they almost get speared off the map. Now it's just 2 left alive. Super Vader finds the fire strike. King Koto. Oh, Lord.
Can't keep on getting away with it.
It is just an Orisa. Okay.
Can't keep on getting away with it.
King Koto is a monster on the Orisa right now. He's been getting so much value. And now I don't know what I want to see. Every ult got expended from both parties. But I don't like how passive Hartford has been playing during this map.
Not at all. Even in a neutral game, University of Hartford should be able to find like some sort of push ability, especially off of these walls, which once again, the huge gaping hole within it, not allowing the University of Hartford to actually get anything. And that Terror Surge was so close to being built, it was ready to go. Hanakawa able to finish up based as well. This is a brutal last fight potential for the University of Hartford. The
Good
charge
pin.
does land on the Orisa though.
Super Vader so low again. Revan has this window. He needs to pop it right now. He needs to pop it. He goes for it. Super Vader looking for the fire strikes through the window. Couldn't find anything. A little bit of DPS BAP is exactly what Hartford needs right now. And that's exactly what, Revan is offering them. Blackout does still have the sound barrier available as Barry Obama is getting incredibly close. Oh, Super Vader with the pin onto Hanakawa. And Vestige, the Baptiste for Widener, opts to just take a little trip off the map for Revan, assassinating Katra. And Hartford get another hold. Dropping this time bank another 2 minutes. Now, unfortunately, they did come in with 5, so there's still 2 minutes 40 remaining.
Yeah, but every minute that goes off this board just makes this game that much more winnable, whether or not it goes to overtime or not. University of Hartford finding their position on third point, which we've seen quite a lot before. War Crimes coming out, Revan's Immortality Field going down immediately.
Oh, massive Earthshatter! But King Koto negates almost all of it with a...
No.
What?
No. Fucking what? Alright, cool. Yeah, no, Storm.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Orimaru has the Blizzard Online as well as yet another BAP amplification matrix from Revan 1982. Yet again, I want to see this window coming out really early. As soon as this aggression is seen, like right now would be a perfect time. But they opt to just kite back, concede some spaces. Barry Obama does exchange it for the Bastion turret. Oh, great Blizzard comes out, finds both of the DPS completely frozen in place. Barry Obama now taken out during his turret for him. In this Reinhardt from the University of Hartford. Oh, little BAP battle. Revan
Little BAP battle 1.
finds the advantage. And again, another fight here. Revan has this window, and I want to see this come out early.
Since the last time we checked in, that's 2 minutes off the board for the University of Hartford. They're entering just the normal time bank for this last point here.
Perfect window! Perfect window from Revan 1982. Completely catches Widener University off guard and instantly finds a pick onto both of the DPS of the Bastion and the Cassidy. Now, many ultimates online, potentially fight-winning ultimates from previous engagements, as King Kodo does have the Orisa ultimate, and he's looking to go for it, runs straight into the team, although everyone perfectly kites out of it. Another High Noon finds one, Orimuro taken out as well. Become Based, just gonna do his best to live. Is 3 people still survive, but oh, Super Vader is gonna stagger himself bad here. Sound Barrier comes out, oh, fantastic time. High Noon fights 2! Absolutely winning engagement as Orimuro goes for the Blizzard onto the objective, looking like it's gonna freeze every last member of Widener as Suzu does come out, but that's all they had left, and that was a 5-minute hold by the University of Hartford. Oh my lord.
I just woke up halfway through this match. Like, we were just on 3rd point for some reason, and I saw something weird in the kill feed. I don't know if it was like a 4K with the Cassidy High Noon, which didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Considering that so many of our team was dead. And I don't know.
It's a fever dream.
My brain is melting.
We're living in a fever dream.
The University of Hartford perfectly bending this metagame potentially to its will. This could be a solid tilter. The Widener University team needs to make sure that they don't tilt from the fact that they just spent 6 minutes pushing 3rd point and just every single time falling into the depths of hell, just walking into the Valley of Flames and just getting burned alive. That was not a very, very healthy psychological experience for anybody to endure, as the definition of insanity is doing things over and over again and getting the same result and expecting something different. University of Hartford able to put up a solid immutable wall and prevent them from pushing any further. This becomes winnable, and at 69.22 meters, nice. On the 3rd point, the University of Hartford has a reasonable goal to not set this to overtime and just win it outright.
It appears a bit of change of pace from the supports of Widener University as we see them swap over to the Ana Zen instead of the familiar Baptiste and Kiriko. Curious to see how Hartford plays into this. Orimuro starting with the Widow, looking for a pick, but doesn't find anything. Opts to just immediately swap over, to the Mei. Reinhardt, no shield already this early into the fight. Not something you want to see, as they're now kind of stuck around this pillar. King Kodo and Barry Obama, just constant threats. Great Maywall separating King Kodo from the rest of the team, but alas, Orisa semi-unkillable as Hanakawa gets a kill through the flank. Vestige brought incredibly low. Barry Obama looking for this Mei, cannot find them, although hits them up with the concussion of his grenade, and certainly Mei gonna live. King Kodo gets the kill. Super Vader trying to save their life, gets themselves caught in a dangerous position, and that's going to be the end of fight number 1, as Widener University looked pretty strong in that situation.
Yeah, and Super Vader looking like he took a trip to Vermont recently, because he's looking like a big block of cheese just easily getting cut into by this King Kodo, and combination of Katra on the Zen. That Discord Orb is absolutely wreaking havoc for any sort of hope that he has, especially on the side of Barry Obama and Hanakawa just pumping out damage. It's a non-existent shield, and it's going to be very tough. The University of Hartford really has to choose their moments to go in and not start off with no people.
Window, both support ults almost are available for the University of Hartford, as many ultimates online as well for Wideners. King Kodo does have the Terra Surge, as well as almost everything, frankly, for
that's
for
going
his
to cut them
teammates.
off from this push. So they got to be really careful about pushing really hard for the main, and then immediately.
And they're looking for it right there. Pulls everyone in with a perfect anti-nade coming out from Vestige, but Become Base does find the pickoff. Barry Obama fights 2! Almost landing the spear. Hanakawa takes out Orimuro yet again, as that was 2 ultimates for 1, which isn't necessarily, isn't worst case scenario for Hartford, but 2 minutes already off the clock, and two powerful ultimates for Widener still in play, and the High Noon.
Yeah, and Barry Obama not having those drone strikes available is going to be a really big detriment to the Widener team. The University of Hartford playing passively like this is also going to be a real big boon to them. as the University of Hartford really does need to kick it into gear and just understand their advantages here. They do have a slight ult advantage. They could be absolutely capitalized. It's a huge wall for them to move on to point. Freeze
Simply
comes out.
put,
I don't think anyone's in it.
oh lord, the Barry Obama Bastion coming out yet again, and he just assassinates Become Based. Where was he? Trying to peek from the inside room. They're now finally getting the aggressive speed that they need. Blackout, always there, just to push the advantage. Revan potentially going to use this window, as I hope they do. As he does, perfect. It's like he hears me. The Orisa though, still a dominant threat, is Super Vader doing his best to just stall and live. Revan there to get his back, and Barry Obama still in the turret. But Hartford's just going to look to chase down these stagger kills as Revan goes back for the objective.
Yeah, and little car pushing is definitely going to be what the doctor called for at this point, because University of Hartford spent a lot of time in that first point. Exactly what I talked about earlier with the psychological metagame. University of Hartford has to be careful as well. That was a lot of time spent there. They just have to keep on moving forward, kind of like a goldfish or a shark, and just move on to the second point here. They've already taken their 3 corners. They know exactly where they want to hold, but with not a lot of healing up here, they got to be really, really careful.
Yeah,
taking this
I
poke.
would really like to see 3 people on the objective right now, because frankly, the the Cassidy, May, and Reinhardt did not get much value, whereas they could have been pushing the objective just a little bit faster. Become Base though nearly gets taken out, but finds the body of Katra in the head of Hanikawa. I did ask for value, and I see a high noon coming.
I could feel it in my blood. Oh,
King
the Orisa coming
Kodo
in.
does have the Terror Surge online, but they get taken out, and there's the high noon that I wasn't talking about. Oh, he peeks just around the corner. Sound Barrier comes out. Oh, this Nano Bastion could be a menace. What is happening?
Oh, Barry Obama's impressive military record allows him to call in a drone strike again for the 3rd time this defense. Hanakawa was able to trade with Blackout.
Orimuro still holding on to this Blizzard. I would love to see him pop it just to secure this, because I am scared, but I guess they're not. As Orisa now is the only one left alive, as Super Vader takes out 2 with the help of Orimuro, and they still clean that up without the need of an unnecessary Blizzard.
Absolutely, and the ult economy has kind of corrected itself here, especially in the side of University of Hartford, up with 3 ultimates against the 1 on King Koda, who has been holding this Terror Surge for quite a little bit, as well as the fact that the rest of the ults are very, very low on the side of Widener. Next one we should be seeing up is maybe a Cassidy High Noon, but University of Hartford could have won by then.
Transcendence.
Oh, it's absolutely going to be Transcendence. That could be pivotal in this next fight.
And now, I'm a little scared to see King Kodo push someone off the map right here. Doesn't get to, due to the critical boop, but Super Vader with a dominant slam into the back line. They're just running it down. They take out 2, take out 3. King Kodo only finds 1, is they're alone on the objective. They fall shortly after. Revan back in the spawn room as we see Blackout hitting the rollout just to get this taxi back that much faster. Bringing them back, hopefully making it a 5v5 before this fight breaks out, but everyone is incredibly low. Super Vader gets caught by an anti-nade, and we see King Kodo actually swapping over to a Reinhardt of their own. Interesting to see the Reinhardt play, how it works out. As a talented tank, based on his Orisa gameplay, I'm not too worried for him, but we'll have to see.
Incredibly aggressive. It's a great rotation by the University of Hartford.
Oh, he snipes him.
There, but, oh, Barry Obama. I just want to say his name.
Ultimates online for Hartford. I'm looking for an early BAP window, per usual, but Blackout going to have the sound barrier, most likely to counteract either a aggressive nano or potentially a just raw damage, you could say, from King Kodo on the Reinhardt. Super Vader getting a little too aggressive as this nanoed Reinhardt is going sicko mode on his backline. 44 seconds left. This is last fight territory, as 2 ultimates were used by the side of Widener, and Blizzard is still available, and this is, based on cart distance, still potentially 1 fight territory, but alas, this is dangerous waters for Hartford.
Yeah, this is going to be incredibly tough. They do have a slight ult advantage here, but the Widener team has been able to swap over this Rhine and gotten really, really good value out of it so far. Gonna have to utilize these walls, especially wait for this turret to go out for the Bastion. University of Hartford spent a lot of time on this. 15 seconds remaining. Gotta figure out how to win.
Oh, and he gets taken out immediately. Sound barrier comes through. High Noon doesn't find anyone. Bastion ultimate takes out the immortality field. High Noon from Become Beast is going to have to be large. It doesn't find anyone. Orimaru in the spawn room. I lied. Become Beast. Only one left alive is Orimaru, and he is nowhere to be seen as Widener University take map number 2 of King's Row.
That was a really impressive effort by the Widener University. Absolutely just evolving as they went through, not only getting better at the Orisa, but then having to swap off of it to the Rhine and still being very prolific. King Kodo absolutely deserving this play of the game. We saw quite a lot of really, really good stuff from this Orisa. This play, though, 4K on second point to secure this attack. Very, very clean from the Widener University team, and that brings it to 1-1 apiece for this fake Philadelphia Fusion team and fake Atlanta Reign team. That's Widener University 1 and University of Hartford 1.
It appears Hartford gonna opt into taking a 5-minute bio. So any quick ad read you want to give out? Totally real, totally true.
Yeah, I think I just look at this in very long and expansive list of ads and advertisers that want to work with us, and I just have to think of one that would really speak to the mind of everybody watching right now. And let's go with this one. Why don't we go with Post-it notes? The great people over at Post-it notes have been working since 1786. That was the invented year of Post-it notes. Been working inside of this country for a very long time to make sure that every single note that you have is perfectly placed exactly where you need it to be, whether that be inside of a bag full of bread for no reason, or on your monitor reminding you that you should stop playing Overwatch at some point and eat food. Post-it notes are every single person's best friend to help kind of streamline those executive functioning and macro ideas that you have. So go buy a bag of Post-it notes today, eat some, write things down on them, use them as tiny little plates for rats. Post-it notes.
Fair enough. Do I have time for a second ad read, do you think?
Probably. That one was a pretty short one.
The second half of this 5-minute bio is brought to you by Boston University. Get your education, get your Overwatch team, have fun.
What?
Boston Uprising is a proud partner of Boston University, as we happen to have Urgency and Rimuru in chat. Rimuru247, not quite as clean of a name as Orimaru, because numbers, cringe. But Boston University having the fake names of the Overwatch League team based out of the same city. Boston University is a great place to get your education. Not as good as Hartford, but alas, they didn't pay me enough to say it's better than Hartford. They didn't pay me anything.
I was really confused because Boston University is the college my brother goes to, and I was just really shocked for a little bit. But I do remember those fantastic players, Rimuru as well as Urgency. Shout out to you guys in the chat watching and supporting this University of Hartford team. Thank you so much. Get through this NACE playoff season, and it's a very, very interesting postseason so far. This first game already getting some battle back as the University of Hartford not taking this in a clean sweep. We will be going into Escort with 1 apiece on the side of both Widener University and University of Hartford. So very, very interesting prospects. Speaking of Circuit Royale, we're going to be seeing the very commonplace swap that we see on Circuit Royale. Trueblade 16 coming in.
He's a beast.
As if it's a shock to anybody who's been here for a while. Any idea what Trueblade 16 is going to be playing on the Circuit Royale?
Sigma. His Sigma is simply, quite simply cracked. I think there's a copy pasta there. I just don't know it. Something about Diva and I don't know. Do you want to fill in the rest?
I actually don't even remember it off the top of my head.
Well, that's truly tragic. I wonder if I could find it. Vamp.
I think we are referencing a time in which I just popped off on Diva one time and just had a meltdown explaining to other people that my Diva is quite simply cracked. But Trueblade 16's Sigma is quite simply cracked. A very, very impressive form for this team to be taking, especially on a long-range map like this. We're also going to be able to see the benefits of Become Base going onto the Hanzo, that Omega level threat that could be coming through and providing a lot of consistent damage, as well as random headshots before fights even begin.
I have
And
great
Orimaru
news.
being able to play a very, very solid Widow. I'm excited for this University of Hartford team to potentially break this tie and bring us up to 2-1.
I have great
Speaking of
news.
which, oh, good.
You're all just wrong. Like, you're quite simply wrong about my diva. Like, I don't know how to say this without just watching, like, watch the VOD. Like, you guys are just wrong. My diva is good. It's very much correct. It's at the same level as my Zarya. You're all just wrong. There's nothing else I need to say. That is the copy pasta brought to us
And
by
there was nothing
Grand
else
Yeoman
that I
Theater.
needed to say, considering that my diva was quite simply cracked. And God, we should have saved that VOD and put it in the like. We should have put that VOD in the Criterion Film Collection. It was that good. The Criterion Film Collection, by the way, is a nationally recognized organization and nonprofit organization that puts together Criterion films, i.e., the highest of the high films, ranked into such an order that they have a best films of all time list that is updated relatively frequently. I believe that Everything Everywhere All at Once recently topped the Criterion film list, but they do also have an extensive catalog of every single movie ever recorded, going back to the times that it was recorded onto essentially film tape. So very, very cool. Thank you so much, Criterion Film, for sponsoring us. You are a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I do not understand why you would even know that we exist. But Criterion Films, you can go and get their streaming service right now at criterion.org. And you could watch some of the greatest films ever created, mostly in black and white, and surprisingly, a lot of them are French.
This is this ad read made me think of Tirzu doing an ad read by Brilliant. Are you familiar? Do you know Tirzu?
I do know Tirzu. I haven't watched them in a while, though.
God, they're so good. Rimuru and Urgency. Are y'all familiar with Tirzu? Absolutely goated YouTube channel. Does rankings of a variety of just wildlife. I don't want to say genres. Genius.
Well, no. I mean, he ranks the active meta on the Earth right now.
Yeah.
And it's an incredibly important thing because the patches have definitely been crazy in the current Earth meta. However, in this Overwatch meta, especially on Circle Royale, we are going to be seeing some interesting things as we are hopping into this third match. Something I probably should have asked before we joined, especially if I had remembered that there was a game going on today. All of these playoff matches, are they all going to be best of 7, best of 5? What's
best
the
of 5, best of 5.
Okay.
Probably best of 5 up to and including the finals.
Oh, very, very interesting. I just learned that the VHEL, which shout out to VHEL, another sponsor. They'll probably do a proper sponsor read for later because I like their organization. All of our playoff matches are going to be best of 7. So
That's kind of epic.
yeah, very epic. Going to see a lot of Overwatch on that side, but we're also going to see probably a lot of Overwatch on the University of Hartford's side, especially as they're going to probably do very, very well on this map. Seeing Trueblade 16 on the Sigma just puts a smile on my face. Seeing Blackout on the Zen, honestly, breaks that smile into a mischievous grin. As I can't wait to see some of these right clicks coming through, absolutely tearing the roof off the place, as they will be starting on defense here.
I will be. I honestly am unsure how Hartford will respond to the threat of King Kodo on this Ramatra and the Bastion from Barry Obama, and absolute chaos coming out on the piano.
That was my
As
favorite piece by Chopin.
they get ready to run it out. A great Sonic Arrow from Become Base gives them a little bit of time to prepare and know what's coming. They see the Bastion, they see the Ramatra ahead of time. What they don't see, I believe, is Hanikawa on this Widowmaker. Blackout, though, takes out the Bastion. Oh, but Hanikawa there on the crossfire. Orimaru just barely misses the shot. And I will say, he tends to hold the same angle. Oh, that's a little awkward. Katra body blocking the shot for Hanikawa, so
Whoa.
Hanikawa can just go ham. I believe he killed 4 in that fight.
He did in fact kill 4 in that fight. Hanakawa was saying, Barry Obama, you have to get out of office so that I can be president now. Katra diving in front of the bullet like a Secret Service agent, just immediately defending this president who has now been instilled. I mean, this is an incredible form of Hanakawa.
Oh,
Never
Orimaru
mind.
gets him back.
The
Clean
caster
for a
curse
shot.
works. It works.
Orimaru can't see anything cleanly with the Baptiste in his way. He knows the Ana's there, though. Oh, he fumbles the bag. Ups to switch target, looking for the Genji or the Zenyatta. Shooting a deflecting Genji, a little scary. Unintentional, gets the body shot cleaned up with the Sigma Rock of True Blade 16 as he's just looking to push this space. King Kodo swaps off the Ramantra over to the Winston. And again, Barry Obama on the Genji over the Bastion. Was there a support change, or were they always on the Ana?
I believe they were always on the honest end here. Widener opting to go into this jack of all trades maneuver, trying to swap up.
Oh,
a
he doesn't know the
comp
grapple.
Solution. Widow. Almost taking an acrobatic style headshot off onto Orimaru, but sadly finding a body instead. This Winston could be really, really solid. This entire comp could be really, really solid of a change. But the University of Hartford team, they've seen these tricks before, and they just disengage. They rotate well.
True Blade has the Gravitic Flux online, as well as a Nano for Vestige and a Transcendence to boot with Katra. Super Vader, True Blade looking to see what he can do. Become base, tosses the dragon down, looking to hit these shots. Is Hanikawa flying high on the Widowmaker, brings him incredibly low with a couple storm arrows to the body, and Become base lobs a log across the map and hits him in the body. Oh, Genji, Hanzo moment. Hanzo moment.
Yeah, watching Become Base does in fact infuriate me. Every single time that we watch it from first perspective, you just see magic happen, trigonometric angles, almost as if you're watching Sigma's internal mechanisms in first person. But this University of Hartford team, solid ult advantage currently, but King Kota's gonna have this primal online in a second, and they could do some fucky shit in the backline. But that backline is so far away. The University of Hartford creating a lot of really good space between this front line and backline, making it near impossible for this monkey to stage.
Great bubble, just barely saving the lives of his supports here. And now, just looking for body shots. Just looking for body shots. Unable to find any of them as Revan actually finds the kill onto the enemy Winston. And True Blade 16 looking to keep holding this space. Nanoblade is available. Blackout does still have the Transcendence to counter. As well as we mentioned earlier, a Transcendence still in the hands. Barry Obama comes out and takes him out. The Transcendence, though, there to save the... What? Oh, there must have been an anti-nade. No. Anti-nade came out later.
No, you can kill through trans with Nanoblade. You do have the slash dash perfectly, but I believe somebody else hit them with a body shot, and they were able to get the dash off before the healing technically applied. Very important thing to learn about is effective healing in Overwatch. Not to say that you don't. Sorry, just...
You're good, you're good, you're good.
The University of Hartford does lose his first point. Hanakawa once again doing filthy things. Jesus, that was another 2K popping up. The University of Hartford having to reposture here. Second point is going to be a little bit of a different beast. It's going to start going downhill, and there's going to be a lot more staging opportunities for this monkey. The longer this goes on, the worse it gets for the University of Hartford.
King Kodo does have this Primal Rage available, and I'm expecting him to take fall before he can even get it on. And this Genji taken out again by Become Based, who's just been a menace so far. True Blade 16 looking to push forward and stagger out these kills. Might even warrant a flux. Probably not, but no need. Hanikawa takes out Revan again. This man on the Widowmaker is just a force to be reckoned with.
And folks, there is an Adderall shortage. This is absolutely fully stock and standard human genetics here on Hanakawa, who's just been putting in the absolute work. I would love to be able to get statistics on this. They have so many final blows. Once again, going for the grapple shot here. Misses it by a hair.
Orimaru on the same, though, does equally miss it by just a hair. Dragon coming out from... Oops, I missed. From Become Based. Countered with the Transcendence from Katra, and King Kodo opts to pull and... the Primal Rage, sorry, True Blade counters again with the flux of his own. And this has been an expensive fight so far.
You sounded a little worse there. This has been quite expensive as we see the Zenyatta going down to Rock. Oh, they missed the Rock. Indubitably, they do have a chance as the Widener swap up and Barry Obama's killed Blackout. Hanakawa with the headshot.
Become Based. No supports online, or alive rather, for the University of Hartford is True Blade 16 is just going to do whatever he can. Unfortunately, he does fall, and Become Base is going to be forced to simply turn tail and retreat.
Speaking of turning tails and British people, the cowards on the side of University of Hartford, not taking a 4v5 fight against a Reinhardt, intelligently so. Take back the coward comment, considering that this swap could be very large for this last point. Depending on how you position, it can actually beat the Sigma, especially with the deep backline plays, but the blade comes out really early, potentially a misclick, trying to capitalize as Barry Obama is swapping, actually. That has to be that.
It's got to be that, right?
It's gotta be swapping.
Probably Bastion. Based on what we've seen on the other rounds, he does not swap. He stays on the Genji, and Orimuro takes out another one.
He's still on Genji. I am confusion.
Must have been a misclick. Must have been a misclick. But Nano is available. Never mind. Orimuro takes out yet another. This Widow has been clean recently.
Yeah, the Widows on both sides, especially Orimuro when it comes to the second point. You get a lot more opportunities with these variable high grounds. These different angles opportunities is definitely going to be the playground of both of these Widows, as well as a Genji. He can climb very well. Reinhardt's going to be mostly relegated to low grounds and any high grounds that he slowly takes.
Oh!
A Genji.
He does get the kill on Orimuro. Is now... What's going on? Both support ults got used for seemingly no reason.
You said what's going on, and I was just thinking of somebody stanky legging, but that's kind of what was happening. There was a little bit of a lull there as the University of Hartford managed to find an incredible rock through field on the side of Triple Eight 16 and Revan 1982. They reset for a little bit. They force a rotation here, but ooh, True Blade on the wrong side of this Reinhardt could be problematic, but the Dragons could help. The Dragons cleave, doing a lot of damage and forcing the Ana inside, but does anybody
This
know?
Reinhardt falls, nanoed and shattered, still gets taken out. Orimuro makes the swap over to the Sojourn, just looking to provide just this fast return, as well as just clean point control. A little bit of a freeze, but they fall, and
I never freeze.
and they say, I never freeze, and they say, and they say. But alas, the University of Hartford managed to hold with a couple meters to spare as they head into their attack phase.
That was a really, really solid effort from the University of Hartford. Once again, kind of being third point banditos. However, after the last time on King's Row, they're going to have to prove their mettle here. They're going to have to actually be able to follow through and get all of these 3 points, at least with enough time to play around with this third point. This third point turns into an absolute jungle. Swaps are viable. Changes are absolutely necessary to an extent. But we saw King Kodo doing that the entire time. The University of Hartford playing against such a malleable team here is going to have a hard time, you know, guesstimating what they're going to come out on. I wouldn't even know if I didn't have the ability to see what they have right now. We do see King Kodo coming out on the Sigma, Barry Obama on the Genji, and then Hanakawa not opting to go for the Widow after doing such a fantastic job, but Katra backing them up when it goes to the Ashe, Mercy, and then Vestige, VV Estige, hitting it up on the Ana.
Vestige.
Plot
twist, they're actually vampire teeth, and his name is Estige.
Vampire Teeth Estige. I couldn't even say the rest of the joke. That's just a good name.
Barry Obama, though, back on the tried and true Genji, as we always like to see him on. Besides the one blade from earlier, it's a threat.
Absolutely. As well as the Bastion, something that I personally enjoy a lot of Bastion on Circle Royale.
Well,
There's a reason why I said personally. My teammates do not like it. As we do see Orochimaru onboarded with him. Good angle relatively, especially against no sniper. Hopefully they're able to actually call it out and know that there's no sniper, but they do have the mid-range sniper in the form of the Ashe, so they gotta be careful once they actually turn this corner.
True Blade and Revan we see just pushing forward, taking control of this high ground as best as they can to help create this crossfire as Orimuro's incredibly low, but a little bit of help from his Baptiste. But oh, Barry Obama steals his brother's dragon, I don't know, some insert lore reference, as True Blade looking to push this advantage, but he gets caught by the rock and he gets taken out. Revan certainly gonna die here, probably. A few more fellows seem to fall as Day the Simp and Nara 999 start spectating.
Yeah. the homies, I guess, as the University of Hartford is going to be pushing forward here, trying to get another fight started off here. That's a high shield. But this consistent damage in the form of the Ashe as well as the Genji here on Barry Obama's side, very good at confirming these kills. Trueblade having a really difficult time just pushing forward any amount of space. Orimoru cracks it open. Vestige.
That's a monster pick. Although Katra is there for the resurrect. And
can't resurrect that.
we're shooting a lot of shots into a deflecting Genji, I do happen to say, but... Orimoru.
As we do see 3 alive, though.
Orimoru on this
alive.
dangerous angle. Takes out the head
Very alive.
of Hanakawa. 2 minutes remaining for this push. And I don't expect a recontest, but it's certainly possible.
Yeah, the
As
card
we
is much
see-
further ahead than the last time that we saw the card around here.
We see Data Simp and Nara 999 leaving. Nobody's pushing payload! They might have just accidentally given time for a recontest, and they do! Bob comes out, Bob gets discorded, and Trueblade gets taken out immediately. Orimoru takes out the Bob. Now it's back to a 5v5 as Orimoru pops another one. Oh, this Ashe. Hanikawa doing whatever he can. Just Orimoru unable to find the head. Barely missing time and time again. Going for a flying mercy. Almost an impossible task. Katra gets the res. Become based. The menace on the Hanzo. Orimoru. Perfect timing on the swap, if I do say so myself. Again, just barely missing this follow-up body shot on the Ana. There we go. Takes them out. Now Trueblade 16 doing whatever he can as Orimoru goes to town as soon as I swap off this POV.
Really, really impressive effort for the University of Hartford, actually just forcing trickles out, maybe even a couple ultimates as Barry Obama, ooh, King Koto also swapping. But Barry Obama does have the Blade online, could be very problematic for the second point. The Rhine swap, definitely going to probably be a staple for the second and third point for defense here, as this flatter ground does lend itself to a little bit more of a brawly playstyle. Barry Obama
Oh, he
comes
just
through.
gets rocked! Trueblade 16 lands the rock on Barry Obama, completely denying yet another Dragon Blade from the Genji player of Widener University. Trueblade, though, does get slept. Goes for the flux at low HP. He's spinning his camera. Manages to find it on just the Reinhardt, but alas, him not dying is value enough.
Wait,
Oh, he gets the one shot through the window. I'm very confused.
The window was moving and it just like broke my mind. Once again, the University of Hartford just showing absolute magic in this moment. Hanakawa, however, backing up the Reinhardt here, and with the Mercy, that's a strong force to try and deny here. However, the Sigma could just play at range. But when you're close for the rock, finds a lot of damage put onto his face. Zenyatta taking a flank now. The Reinhardt having to push him back, rotating respectfully, peering respectfully onto this Mercy. However, they're not able to kill it. And just go back to the neutral again as 5 people are back. High Noon comes out and is unable to find anything on the side of Hanakawa. The Shatter comes out. King Koto's immediately felt after the fact. Orimoru.
They
taking
find the
out
rock
Hanakawa
onto the
with-
Resing Mercy.
Oh,
Massive
good rock.
play. Massive plays coming out again and again by Trueblade 16. Monster. And, oh, he takes a little nap. Fan the hammer, roll fan the hammer coming out from Hanikawa. And this looks like the fight is unfortunately falling apart for the University of Hartford. Become base
Killed with the Sonic.
does find one more kill just to end out this fight. And looks like we got a standstill.
Yeah, they are down 1 right now. Barry Obama with the blade back in spawn. Should be able to get back fast enough. However, Trueblade 16 do a great job of opening these fights. Mid-fight, however, has been a little bit rough. The University of Hartford needs to stop going in so close during the mid-fights. The brawl phase is not one that is right for a Sigma of this caliber. Especially up against the Reinhardt. They have such a good control over the neutral. So,
Nanoblade,
University of Hartford.
Nanoblade is online for Barry Obama and Widener University. Looking forward to see if it gets the purchase it's looking for. Monstrous deflect is Barry Obama. How did he deflect a...
Wait,
I think his teammate just threw a fire strike through him, but it looked like he deflected it.
yeah.
I don't know. Blackout takes out one. Unfortunately, he falls And Mercy gets the resurrect, but straight into the dragon. This Genji again brought to half health, brought to 1 HP. Orimaru swaps over to the Sojourn. What beautiful bounce Sonic arrow. That was actually really cool. Dragon Blade with the Nano still online for Barry Obama, but the Nano goes over to King Coda of this Reinhardt, looking to just swim and be a threat. Dragon Blade, Barry Obama just gets taken out yet again, but Based is going ham on the Hanzo. But alas, Orimaru most likely not going to win this 1v4 as King Kodo hits him with the hammer and takes him out.
Oh, and we are in for an absolute barn burner here as Widener University does go up 2-1 in this series against the University of Hartford. A very, very impressive effort. We do see the jack of all trades method working incredibly well for King Kodo, deciding to just play what they want, their style, up against something that's a lot more stock and center, a lot more meta, especially on this map. It just kind of didn't matter. They did have a lot of comfortability when it came to Hanakawa's very, very impressive start on the Widow. However, we do see the play of the game coming out, Based, able to kind of match that, putting the Widow to shame and eventually forcing them on defense off of the Widow completely. But it still worked. This Widener team is really, really malleable, really, really well at adapting to different play styles and just finding ways to play that are better than what the meta provides. So University of Hartford team's going to have to kick it into gear as we are heading over to push, the first time that we've seen it in quite a while.
Curious to see what Hartford opts to pick here. Perhaps Esperanza. It seems to be a long-time favorite of the teams, but you know, all of the maps lend themselves differently. We know the Winston composition found a lot of success on Lijiang Tower as they were able to take control pretty handedly. And I believe that's what they tend to play on that map. But they're going to take a second. They will decide Esperanza indeed.
Well, I'm going to need you to onboard this as I'm going to go grab some water real quick as we hopefully are going to be heading into maybe a 5th map after this. So Esperanza coming up next. University of Hartford down 2-1 in the series. Widener up against them. True Blade being swapped out for Super Vader. It's going to be a good one.
It will indeed. Super Vader back in the lineup. Cranky back looking to rock the Sojourn again. It appears Hartford asking any swaps. They're going to be ready. Looking to hop right into this and bring the fire that Super Vader has been storing up over all this time. 1 map out. That's all it takes. Now, Widener, you know, taking the second, making sure they don't overdo anything. No swaps at the moment being requested. And I'm going to do a little ad read for our dear friends from Blizzard. This game is brought to you by Overwatch 2. Without the assistance of Overwatch 2, you would not be able to watch this tremendous match that we are witnessing here today. Overwatch 2 happens to be the game that all 5 of these people in this lobby are playing on a day-to-day basis. Overwatch 2, free to play. Plenty of characters for every single one of you in the viewing chat can get your hands on and experience and play your own style, play your own way. I myself prefer characters such as Reinhardt and Winston, the tank variety. Large health pool, large hitbox, dominant space control characters. On the other hand, some people such as Nift FPS in chat prefer characters such as Tracer and Echo. Much more mobile, limber, smaller hitboxes, but much lower health pools. Much easier to get killed. We see other characters such as Urgency, known to be a Kiriko specialist, opting for the support role, where you can heal your teammates and, you know, apply pressure in your own unique way. Super Vader, locking the Winston, tried and true favorite of mine. Orimaru on the character. Nift is a longtime favorite. And Revan on the Kiriko that we see urgency play on their free time. Super Vader, early space control right now, as they're looking to get this dive onto the Genji. Genji incredibly low. Blackout looking to chase them down as Orimuru does find the kill, and Super Vader dangerously low, just doing what he can to not die, as Revan is right here with him, keeping him up. Cranky on the side, Crossfire hiding with his life, doing what he can. Super Vader equally trying not to die as everyone is getting incredibly low. They are up 1 as Barry Obama swapped off the Genji back to the Soldier as he's back in time for this fight. Super Vader just barely dodging the Helix rocket as Barry Obama is on a dangerous flank right now, potentially going to take the body of Revan, but Super Vader has not hit full health this entire round, I swear.
Not once. Super Vader has been deeply going into the background over and over again, and Haka was able to find a trade onto his contemporary on Sojourn. Cranky going down. This is a really poor way to finish this very trickled fight.
Pulse goes out, doesn't find anyone, gets hit by the body shot instantly. And now, still a bit of a scuffle as Super Vader falls asleep. Revan gets taken out by Barry Obama, and Super Vader's going to do whatever he can just to get out with his life. Orimuru set up cleverly on a flank. Still at half HP, Super Vader much lower than half HP.
Wow, Super Vader playing incredibly dangerous game here, but this high risk, high reward play can be very, very useful. That first fight starting off with a couple picks score on the side of the University of Hartford, slowed down by the necessity to actually get them healed up properly. They're going to be going to deny a forward position here for this Widener University team. Forward spawns could be everything for the rest of this match.
Revan has the Kitsune Rush. He looks and tosses it straight onto the objective. Sound Barrier comes out as well. Hanikawa pulls out the overclock, looking to make it work. Brought incredibly low. Super Vader and Blackout take him out together. Mercy, the next target on the list. We see the ping. Mercy and Orisa seem to be the only two left alive as they're looking to ride this objective.
And they're finally getting it back in their direction here as the University of Hartford finally gets the bot across the line into actual positive territory.
This might be a massive stagger as well. Monster stagger coming out by King Kodo. Just trying to escape with their life, but falling all the same. You know,
I hope they learn something from that stagger. That Orisa has so much survivability. The sustain coming out onto that tank is very, very much the large linchpin of these fights for the University of Hartford. We see great tracer engagement here. These early picks onto these squishies is exactly everything the University of Hartford needs to be doing. That's a great pick off to start.
Clean isolation with the help of the boop from Blackout, keeping them stuck in that corner. And now Super Vader caught in a dangerous spot. King Kodo does have the ultimate online, potentially going to use it here on this objective. Opts to hold on to it as many cooldowns still online. Revan though does fall. Orimuru running away. Super Vader doing the same, making sure they escape with their lives, not to stagger themselves out any further than they need, as it appears King Kodo is going to be able to push this objective in and probably take control of the first checkpoint.
Yeah, Super Vader having to make a decision here. Does he want to touch? Maybe prevent this? He does. He goes for the contest early, trying to prevent them from getting forward spawns. He knows how important it is. Jockeys for position with Blackout. Blackout trades with him, but he's at low HP, and Blackout is too. Both committing overzealously for this, preventing them from getting forward spawns. Almost guarantees it for them. King Kodo grabs 2. Vestige able to finish off another, and Orimuru just has to reset. Once again, look at these boys. Low HP. They're just innocent men, and yet they can't get healed. This playstyle might not be suiting them as we see Super Vader swap over to Ramatra.
I like this.
Play a different style.
It's been a long time, perhaps, since we've seen the Ramatra. Interesting DPS swaps as well coming out. We have the Soldier and the Ash from Orimuru. Perhaps looking to just play a bit of a poke style.
Oh, they poked.
And the poke they did is both their DPS find kills immediately as the tank falls as well as the Soldier. And Super Vader just looking to push forward and get these stagger kills. It's just a Mercy and a dangerous Sojourn left alone on the objective. They fall. And, oh, actually, Revan also opts to swap over to the Ana. This is nearly...
Yes, give
in a lot of senses, this is a much more mirrored style of compositional matchup than we have seen previously in a lot of these rounds.
Absolutely, and I think the University of Hartford kind of giving into this idea of playing exactly what they enjoy. They know that the Orisa needs to be dealt with, so they're just going to deal with it their way rather than trying to find out solutions. But this Terror Surge coming in, looking deep, Erimaru taken out by the visor too. This is a large overhaul as King Kodo actually goes down. Very Obama, maybe not needing to actually do that. As yeah, the University of Hartford team is going to clean up easy.
Well, you say that.
Lucio.
Both DPS still alive. Perhaps.
Needed to live there. But Hanakawa, the 1v1 between the Ramatra should be won technically. As long as you actually close the space. Takes away the forward spawns. Maybe a little bit too late though. The entire team, I believe, getting forward spawns there. Actually, no, all of them getting bad spawns. That was really, really solid from Super Vader.
Monster played, but that's an even trade in exchange for an ultimate as well. I think the University of Hartford are A-okay with that. Super Vader now with the Annihilation in exchange for the Terror Surge. King Kodo is just unkillable on this Orisa pick. The Mercy Rest tries to come out, unfortunately falls to the Annihilation of Super Vader. Now looking to chase down this final stagger pick of the Soldier. Hartford look to tie up this distance as they ride this payload in towards the checkpoint.
And this has been a really, really good swap. This Ramatra has been everything. They're finally meeting and sustaining past the sustain of the Orisa. The Orisa is not one of the better sustain tanks, truly. Besides her neutral, a lot of really good abilities that can just be waited out. As long as you're able to actually bait them out and just deal with her kind of last, sustain past her.
Oh, Cranky
could win this.
Opted to take a shorter route back to the back to the fight, but unfortunately ended up cutting himself out. Super Vader now. Nano looking to just go punchy mode into the backline, and it absolutely works as he finds two, looking to find a third onto the Soldier, spinning, juking everyone out. One person remains, Vestige.
So Super Vader's had this pocket Ramatra this entire time and hasn't whipped it out. This is an incredible form to see after so long of not engaging with the Ramatra. We do see Vestige here on a pretty wild flank just because of the last time, but they're out teleport, and University of Hartford's ahead now. This is a great opportunity for the University of Hartford to kind of secure it with 2 minutes left.
Dominating on this Ramatra pick. This is working so splendidly for them. Super Vader getting a little bit stuck on the payload, but Cranky is there with the follow-up, and they are just running this back. I would love to see him just maybe even pop the Annihilate just to get all of these stagger kills. Kitsune Rush, actually. Kitsune Rush and Tactical Visor from Barry Obama gets brought out, but Super Vader pulls out the Kitsune, not the Kitsune Rush, sorry, the Annihilation. He doesn't have the support he's looking for, unfortunately.
No,
he's just dead.
An incredible attempt by him, but however, they were able to push it so much further. A total of 40 meters ahead for the University of Hartford team now after a really, really solid comeback with 1 minute and 30 on the board. 2 fights potential here, one in the middle and then another one if they lose or win to secure victory here. Could be everything. Spawns are going to be really, really important as we do see the cart finally pass over middle. No one will have forward spawns until they're able to bring the cart back past their halfway point.
Urimu incredibly close to another Bob. He gets hit by a shot. Nano to Ramatra comes out. Now, this Ramatra might fall even while nanoed and hit by the Annihilation, but it doesn't matter. With the help of that Bob, with the help of just the raw Ash damage, as well as a great sleep by Revan, it seems like Hartford might be in the advantage in this fight up.
The University of Hartford could win it right now, actually, by just not letting the cart push.
I don't think that would work.
But they can secure a better position for themselves as they are pushing it further in. A fine idea.
I would definitely prefer the close spawns.
Yeah, close spawns are very, very helpful.
And now you see they get the close spawns and they stop pushing exactly as you said. To get the close spawns. Now they're just holding this defensive high ground. Cranky has the visor, as well as a nano from Revan 1982. Curious to see which his target is going to be. He opts to give it over to the Soldier just before he dies. He gets to give the nano to the visor, and they are going ham in the back line. Absolutely crazy value. Now Super Vader Ramatra, only one left standing. Oh my lord, did that work well.
Let's go. I got so terrified. The high noon takes out the Ana. However, it's not anything when Cranky has the visor online combined with the nano. That was a very, very solid play from the University of Hartford, sticking in there. Cranky on that Moomin Rider bike, just doing the absolute work as he gets the play of the game as well. Cranky the assassin absolutely kicking it into gear here. Fantastic 4K to finish everything off, just walking right past that Ramatra as he gets dealt with by the rest of the team, finding this right click to finish it off as well. Cranky bringing the University of Hartford back. That is a tied game, 2-2. That's going to be University of Hartford, Widener University, map 5, onto another control map. This is exactly what you want to see, and we get to see it in the first round of University of Hartford playoffs. It's so exciting. Fantastic work on Esperanza to be able to provide us with some wild content.
Busan now has been requested by Widener University. I'm curious to see how Hartford opts to play this. It's not the most scrimmed map. Sorry, my burps. I drank water. And that's a reminder, everyone in chat, you should drink water. Stay hydrated. Live better. Walmart. Now, Busan. Expecting to see the same tank lineup. Potentially looking to run the Winston even more. Although I wouldn't blame them for just pulling that Ramatra back out. It worked beautifully.
I hope they do. Honestly, I think the Ramatra pick, especially up against a team like this, I think Widener is pushing University of Hartford's meta efforts to the brink. I think this is a confident team in the side of University of Widener University, and they need to kind of learn that confidence on the side of University of Hartford, because they need to play the comps, play the heroes that they enjoy, that they want to play on maps where they feel like they can get success. Because that's what Widener is doing, and they got 2 solid wins off that, and it took University of Hartford to adopt some of that ideology for them to actually win that Esperanza. They need to take that forward. They need to know that it keeps on going. Is that 2 suns? Okay. Lens flare. Sorry. The future could have 2 suns, and that's a scary prospect for the university, not the University of Hartford, for the Overwatch 2 lore and canon. But instead, there's only 1 sun.
Ready for battle.
That makes me happy.
That's right. Torb's turrets, his children.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, I just realized, I think I have explored every 2 CP map other than Busan, or sorry, 1 CP, King of the Hill map, to see where in relation from one point to the other each map is located. Curious.
Oh,
But
actually, yeah.
that being said, Super Vader pulling out the Ramatra, as well as Orimaru on the Reaper. Curious.
Very curious. We are on the Ramatra, though, so we might just see a little bit more of a brawly, sustained style rather than this Winston, and especially rather than this Ryan having a larger peak. A little bit more sustained, a little bit longer fights here. We set up the posture in the middle here.
He still has this big form. Revan, though, has been cut off a little bit earlier on. Suzu has been forced out, and Super Vader doing everything he can to not die. Oh my lord, but this nano is going to be built up incredibly fast by Revan 1982. Massive anti-nade coming out, looking just to get any kills possible. Alas, nothing gets found. And Hanikawa gets the first kill onto Cranky, although frankly this is still not lost. As a powerful anti-nade again coming out from Revan 1982, and this Ana falls shortly after. Revan going sicko mode on the Ana during this whole round, and it's just a Kiriko and an Orisa left to fend for themselves, as they are surely going to fall.
And that was a really, really good sustain by the University of Hartford, accepting the fact that they had lost someone to Hanakawa, but they were able to stick with it, look for the anti-nade, and just find their win condition. And the Ramatra has so many win conditions. This transform just allows Super Vader, one of the stronger members on the University of Hartford team, just wall out, do the thing, you know, hit the damage and be able to 4-tap people. 2-tap when it comes to the when it comes to the nano, but Barry Obama is able to find one through the Terra Surge, but Orimoru finds Vestige, and Super Vader is able to transform again, once again just waltzing past his Orisa. It doesn't matter what she does. This Ramatra able to just give him the big guns 1-2 over and over again, and the University of Hartford secure a team kill and bring this point up to 33%.
That was all off the back as of a just perfectly timed sound barrier from Blackout. He keeps either 4 or just all 5 of his members alive through the nanoed Terra Surge. And now 3 ults still online for the University of Hartford as the Bastion turret comes out, but a great wall from Super Vader just negates all of it.
Oh, there's the Blossom. Exactly as planned. Orimoru waiting for all their things to go down. The second that lamp call is called, team kill comes right after that. The very clean Orimoru spin and play, baby.
This is not the same University of Hartford team that we saw earlier in this round, in this match. This team is on top of it.
Absolutely. They're prepared for everything as they immediately note that they're going to go left side. They just know the strategy has to switch. And this might be last fight territory. As we see War Crimes coming out, however, from the Barry Obama. This is going to be nearly 5 ultimates used on the side of Widener University.
Everything's coming out. And frankly, Hartford losing this is totally fine. This is 1 fight territory, and they have a Nano Ramatra available. King Kodo, the only one on his team with an ultimate, is they're going to be set up to hold this high ground position, and Hartford isn't even going to be coming this way. They get the read.
Force a rotate here.
Super Vader looking to make the magic happen. As soon as this Bastion turret is done, they properly waited out. Fantastically done. Goes big. Gets the nano. Looking to keep just punching through everyone that he can. They're all incredibly low. He can't find the finishes.
Oh, they're splitting well, but Ramatra ult is able to keep a lot of them in focus. It does, however, go down. Cranky able to find another. And this is a great combination effort from the entire team, not only relying on the win condition of Super Vader's Ramatra, but able to find out the rest as well. And that's 10 seconds left. A re-engage is possible for Widener University, depending on how fast they go. A couple people coming underneath. Kinkoto on the ball, and Bastion might be able to touch as well. 99 comes, and that is overtime, but the Bastion taken out immediately, antied and slept. Revan 1982 hitting every single one of his abilities and dodging bullets at the same time.
Where did his window go?
He had a window?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where it went. Maybe it was somewhere on the objective. I heard the sound cue for it. I looked up and he was. Anyways, University of Hartford cleanly take yet another round of control off Widener University. Hartford.
Yeah, and this is a very solid comeback right now. The University of Hartford team is cooking.
Hartford is. I think it's safe to say they might have a mental advantage right now.
I would say so. I also think, however, that this next map is going to be interesting. We have a lot more of a wide open space. This is going to be downtown Busan. A tough position to be in, especially without a lot of control over the high ground. Not to say that either team is really playing anything that could utilize high ground very well, but King Kodo having maybe a little bit longer survivability when it comes to the range here over the Ramatra, who wants to just duck in behind corners and just go really hard and aggressive into the backline. But we will see Super Vader staying on the Ramatra and King Kodo staying on the Orisa here, even on this very wide open map.
A lot of interesting swaps coming out for Widener University as we see a May pick one-shotting the Tracer of Orimoru, as well as a Zen and Baptiste. I hope that the University of Hartford makes the recognition that a simple swap, another clean headshot. I hope they recognize just making the swap back to their Winston composition of just a dive will kind of dominate. Blackout actually opts to swap to the Zen as well. A little surprised by this. Perhaps playing for a little bit slower, playing for more poke, as Orimoru also swaps over to the Reaper for now. Potentially back to the Tracer. Fair enough. And Barry Obama gets the pick.
Oh, we do see kind of like a mental advantage switch. I mean, the University of Hartford is second guessing themselves. That definitely points to them having to re-cajole themselves, make sure that they actually have the fortitude here to go in. And that was an early pick. They just have to mentally reset, be like Goldfish, 3-second memory, and they're back in the fight. Orimoru set up on this left side flank. Cranky back in the situation.
Revan gets taken out.
And that's tough for the University of Hartford. Tracer still in deep here, needing to get out, trying to save face, and have another fight here as the Widener University does get up to 50% here.
King Kodo brought incredibly low. Super Vader looking to just pummel his way through. A wall and a dragon both coming out. As Hanakawa is just going to town. And the University of Hartford just cannot find the purchase that they found on all of the previous rounds.
And this map is so
previous round.
wide, it just allows for Hanakawa to pop up on this Hanzo and just have so many different angles to play from. They get to climb up, use early high ground, then use middle ground, then use high ground above point, and then even his own high ground if he needs. He can create so much space and range against his Ramatra that he doesn't actually have to fear a strong brawl push.
Hanakawa just
another.
takes out the Tracer. Cranky, or rather Super Vader. Gets the nano, gets the Transcendence. Through the blizzard, keeps everyone alive, but it seems, I don't know if it'll be enough as nobody has yet to fall. Pulse Bomb comes out, doesn't find anything. Cranky though, finds 2. This fight has become much more winnable, although it's just a Zenyatta left alive, trying to 1v3 through a BAP window. Not gonna happen, as a dominant performance from Widener University sends us to a map 5, round 3. Everything on the line. This round wins it. We're heading to Sanctuary.
Okay, I'm reading the script here. It does in fact say that we're supposed to go to map 3 of map 5. So that is good. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that because I guess that is in fact spoilers, but the script said that we had to get here, and this is exactly what we get to cast. The perfect moment, not only for casters, but players themselves, having the opportunity to go to a map 5 game 3 situation. Should be backwards, but a fantastic opportunity to prove your mettle and find success in everything that you've been running for ever since you started this entire journey in the NACE Star League. University of Hartford, their first playoff game, ending this way. No matter what, we will be crowning a victor for this first playoff game.
This is where boys become men. Super Vader rocking the Ramatra yet again. Come to know and love in these past few rounds. And I believe a Maywall comes out. Oh, maybe not. But Super Vader just jockeying for this positional control. Is Revan doing his best to keep him alive, and Orimuro does find the first kill of this round. Maywall comes out looking to keep them separated, but Hartford does a great job of just dodging, and everyone is so incredibly low. Blackout just behind his Ana. Gets shot through the cap. Unbelievable. Zenyatta, 1 HP.
The Hanzo's already found both supports. He has to transform.
This
is
is
able to do enough damage.
2v1 situation. Unfortunately, not looking well. Cranky does get back and gives Super Vader the healing pad. They're able to keep this in contest as Orimuro comes back on the Cassidy and takes one out. Oh, but he falls himself. Super Vader again uses the big form again. Blackout takes another one here on the Zenyatta, looking to make a dangerous crossfire. Puts the Discord Aura right onto the juicy target of the tank.
Oh, and the visor comes out as well as the nano. Cranky getting every support that he needs to be able to clean this off, and he gets 2. University of Hartford potentially over ulting here, but it was necessary. They just wanted to flip it back and gain the control that they need. There are good choke points on the right side and forward main choke for you to be able to hold with the Sriracha and not have the space issue that you had on the last map. Oh, but these right side angles are going to be very dangerous between a Hanzo and a Cassidy right clicking. That's going to be a very easy matchup for the side of the Hanzo, and especially with this much of an ult advantage.
Look
Only
at
the
this
Ramatra
positioning
and the
they're
High
taking.
Noon on Mars.
Incredibly passive. King Kodo has the ultimate online. I'm not a fan of how much space they just gave up for free. Now,
Yeah, everyone's disengaged from the Orisa at the very least, and we see the window coming through. The first move technically made. Oh, that's a huge anti. First move made by Widener, but the University of Hartford still having control of the point.
Super Vader does still have the ultimate online, and he looks to pop it right now, trying to get the kill onto the Zenyatta, but he's getting pushed around a little bit. And now Transcendence comes out, gets caught by a spear. Blizzard as well. Every ultimate in the book is getting used, but unfortunately, neither team are finding the purchase. There they do is a spear into the dragon. 3 people assisting that Orisa finally getting the final blow, and 50% on the board for the University of Hartford. Widener looking to get these staggers as Orimuro is just dancing with fate here.
Yeah, and the fights between these two are only distinguishable in the last couple seconds as whether or not being won or lost. I mean, that is just the sustained nature of both of these comps. And Barry Obama is able to find a solid pick, almost guaranteeing this fight is going to go poorly if they choose to engage. University of Hartford opting to just wait the time. However, due to that time waste, that single kill is going to give the Widener University an advantage without the University of Hartford even touching a point.
They have eyes on the Hanzo, aware of the dangerous crossfire he could provide. King Kodo as well has his ultimate online still, and we know how powerful they were on King's Row. Curious to see how it's going to work for them in these follow-up rounds. Super Vader gets caught by the wall, is forced into a corner. He cannot move. He's just asking his teammate, please help me. He's given the nano. King Kodo does still have the ultimate, and Orimuro finds a kill on the flank. Oh, he is going to town. Him and Cranky cleaning up. King Kodo does find a kill on to the Ana of Revan 1982, but all things being factored in, Hartford takes the win of the fight. 80% on the board for Widener University, 70% finally getting reached for Hartford. This is one, maybe two fights remaining in this matchup.
Fight for the University of Hartford. They didn't take your advice. They aren't able to hear you, and they have taken, once again, passive positions, allowing this Orisa to just kind of walk in. They're going to have a solution for that. However, they don't have the same situation in which they have 5 ultimates on side. However, this ult coming out from the side of the soldier could be huge.
He finds one.
Able to find the Zab.
He's in dangerous positioning. Takes himself out, but Super Vader is there for the follow-up. And the Orisa's anti, but he's getting the assistance of the Baptiste healing. Super Vader does still have his ultimate ability. What kind of support does he have right now? He has both of his supports alive. No longer is the Zenyatta does get taken out. Super Vader doing whatever he can. 99 has been reached for the University of Hartford. Blizzard comes out looking to freeze anyone that's stalling the objective, and Super Vader, the last person alive. He's going to get staggered out. This is dangerous waters. Super Vader going to be forced likely to swap over to someone like the Wrecking Ball or a Doomfist, as Orimuro is going to be the only option for this objective touch. He opts to blink straight in. Doesn't recall! Doesn't recall! Oh! Anti-nade does find one. Honeycomb takes out another one. Super Vader, again, back on this Wrecking Ball. Looking to stall this out as long as he can. Awkward grapple. This is not looking good for the University of Hartford, as King Kodo bullies Revan 1982. And there we have the final fight for the University of Hartford of this spring 2023 season.
And a brutal endeavor by the University of Hartford, but one that took them incredibly far, all the way through this regular season with a 5-1 record, just doing absolutely the Lord's work, once again getting quite a lot of play of the games throughout the entire season. This University of Hartford team, not the same team from the beginning of this match, nor the same team from the beginning of this season. The University of Hartford team has grown, changed, adapted to new and changing circumstances, and every single one of these players is worthy of having a 1-hour documentary about their grind, their mindset, and the way in which they move forward, because they have not stopped. Though they get stopped here by rulings and regulations, this University of Hartford team is going to keep on scrimming, keep on getting better. And a question that we would definitely ask in the interview, we know what's gonna happen next to this University of Hartford team. They're just gonna keep on grinding. They're gonna keep on getting better as they have the entirety of the year, because that's what they know. And though it ends here, a fraudful endeavor, the University of Hartford put forth their best effort every single time, brought this to a map 5, even though being down 2-1 early in the series. This University of Hartford team has done everything that's been asked for, not only by its alumni, but by all of its players, its managers, its coaches. It's used every single resource possible, and they've put together a fantastic effort.
And as you said, they've come such a long way. Many of the people on this roster, this is their first time competitively playing Overwatch in any setting. Of course, Super Vader and Become Based, both returning members, but let's see. Cranky, I believe, relatively brand new with the launch of Overwatch 2, or at least Overwatch 1, that is, as well as Orimuro, had some time, but nothing competitively. Leroy, Blackout, first time playing, to my knowledge, of first time playing Overwatch was in August, and whom am I missing? Revan 1982, the flex support, in a pretty similar boat. Maybe played a little bit casually, but not not a competitive setting by any means. And the fact that they've come this far and bring it to a 2-3 final score versus a mostly Masters team, like a largely Diamond Masters team, is quite incredible.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, they've really put in a lot of work ethic inside and off the server. It's really impressive to see this University of Hartford team, like you said, come from pretty much nothing and just grind, have a positive athletic mindset that allows them to improve and get better. This University of Hartford team truly warms my heart and is an incredible joy for me to be able to cast them, and I can't wait to bring them back as soon as we possibly can. With never new additions that they have on their roster, I'm very excited to see what the offseason brings them. But sadly, this does bring to an end the University of Hartford's NACE Star League run. It was an incredible watch. I want to thank everybody that watched on twitch.tv/EricCulver every single Tuesday live. Some weeks doubling up, some weeks Thursdays. Thank you so much for following through. Glad to see so many returning faces, people that we've picked up throughout the NACE season. Thank you guys for continuing to support us. It's been fantastic. Thank you also, if you can give a shout out to youtube.com/@EricCulver. All these get re-uploaded. They're largely used for VOD, but you can also check them out. Videos come every once in a while. Get to watch some fun gameplay, amazing content, and I really want to thank Eric Culver for providing a really awesome space for University of Florida. Wow, and do amazing things. We're gonna get an interview here.
I don't know if I have a webcam today. Is there a webcam or? I'm in right now. If not, it's not a big deal.
We got Eli Manning, worst case.
Yeah, not the chill Eli Manning.
Oh, Peter Cam. There we go. So, wait, are you good?
Yeah, no, I'm good whenever. Just hit me with whatever you guys want.
Yeah, well, I mean, we want to welcome you to the interview. Thank you so much for joining us. It was brutal, but it was a map 5 game 3 situation. How did you feel at the end there? What was it like in the Gamer Dome when you guys were playing that final map?
Games like that, regardless of whether you win or lose, those are the games you want to play as a competitor. So it was a fun game. We didn't win, but what are you gonna do? You don't win them all.
Absolutely, and you did win a couple on the way there. So let's bring it back from the fateful finality of that ending to some of the highlights. Let's talk about that ROM switch when it came to Esperanza. What led to you guys making such a drastic switch the way that you guys had come into this kind of last second?
That's a little bit of a fuck it. We gotta try something here. It was definitely something that I thought the first time we played this, guys, Ram with the Zen could really work, and at the end of the day, the Sean nades were huge. Calling him to swap Anna, that was a carry of our comp, and that's really what we're playing for, is Sean hitting those nades. But yeah, the Ram swap was just a fuck it.
And I mean, it worked. It simply worked. I noticed Mecha Base in that final map when you were running out that same Ramattra composition in that very first fight. Sean, Revan 1982 hit a 3-man anti-nade. You hit that big form and he just went ham, and you guys rolled that fight, and he got the nano during that and gave it to you, and it was clean up.
Yeah, that was a long ass fight. He had like 3 nades before we finally followed up.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, Sean. We ruined like 2 of your nades.
It was good patience from both sides. Suzu perhaps as well.
Yeah, a lot of care on their side, and that sustained comp we kind of saw throughout the entirety of it. How did it feel to, when did you guys actually learn that Widener was going to be your opponent, and what type of preparation did you guys have going into this match?
Yeah, they didn't run a unique composition. Yeah, I don't think we were prepared for the Bastion. Definitely, the Bastion adjustment was great on their part. We should have adjusted sooner to that, but you live and you learn.
It's a difficult thing to scrim.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Now, talk to us in a little bit broader sense about like the season as a whole. How do you feel? Any shout outs you want to give, specifics, or more universally? Just talk to us about it. How are you feeling?
I feel good. It was another good season. It sucks we didn't last a little bit longer because you always want to play more games, but I can't complain. These guys always come in, give all their effort. They do a great job.
That they do.
Yeah, we were talking about the progress that you guys have made and the fact that you had two players who have virtually never played Overwatch prior to this, as well as the fact that you guys were coming into a new game, having to swap up the old 6v6 playstyle for any of your holdovers from the last University of Hartford team. It's been a really, really impressive effort going forward so far. I don't want to steal the last question, but there's a really difficult,
Go for it.
easy way to describe what is, and I guess you can follow up with something a little different, but what is next in the immediate future? I mean, your NACE season has ended sadly, but is the University of Hartford team going to stick together? You guys are going to keep on doing any? Are you guys looking towards any tournaments prior to the end of the college semester?
That's a great question. There's no tournaments that I know of, but I would love to compete in another tournament. I think it'd be great for all of us to be able to compete again. But my current plans are to go play softball and take a little bit of a break. With no tournaments currently planned, but that's now on my radar to think about. Thank you
I'm
for
glad I
bringing that
got to
up.
put it on your radar. It's a fun little way to kind of bring people back together, especially with a little bit of a gap between the end of your season and the end of the semester. Even if you guys had gone all the way through, still would have been a little bit of time. So, still get to spend a great amount of time with your friends and play with the team that you guys are really cooking with. You guys did a great job throughout the season.
Now, I guess that's all the questions we have.
God, this feels.
Were
so
you
good.
were you saying you were gonna go play softball like right now, or like just
No, I missed the game this week, but
Tragic.
I got a double header next week. I'm gonna hit like 5 homers in 2 games.
This
So
is like rec league
this
softball.
is University of Hartford intramural softball. I originally wasn't gonna play, but my roommate's team was co-ed, and they got put in the men's league. So I got a call, and they were like, "We need you to hit some homers," and I was like, "Alrighty, I'm ready to roll."
We need
sir,
to hit dingers.
sir,
So,
we need
Yes,
you.
sir.
You answered the
Yeah.
call. You
Get
know,
the Eddie.
fair
Let them
enough.
hit the dinger.
Well, I believe that's all the questions we have for you today. Once again,
Jack yours.
you kind of did, but that's how it goes. Once again, congratulations on the good season. 5-2 or 5-1 regular season, I believe, as well as an insanely competitive final match.
Yeah.
It's really all you could hope for, and it was a ton of fun to watch and a ton of fun to commentate every week. So I can't wait for next season, and I hope you guys find another tournament to do in the near future.
Let us cast. Let us continue to cast, please.
Yeah, we'll find
Really,
time.
really fun
Yeah.
endeavor. So,
Yeah. So
well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, nah, thank you guys once again for casting throughout the year, and we'll be back in the fall. Peace.
Peace.
peace indeed. Any closing remarks for us on the cast here before we send it back over to Zoe on the desk?
Before we go back to Zoe on the desk, I thought that was a fantastic game. Really, really impressive effort from the Philadelphia Fusion. They were able to just bring it over the Atlanta Reign in the end there. And it's going to be an interesting rest of the Overwatch League season here with the Philadelphia Fusion. For some reason, playing an NA against the Atlanta Reign.
Hey, they didn't finish second.
They didn't finish second this time. They are still in the playoffs. So we're going to be watching this Philadelphia Fusion team all the way through, but not streaming or casting any of it. Thank you guys so much for watching the University of Hartford. This is going to be the end of this is going to be our little goodbye to all of you who are watching. It's been really fun. I enjoy these casts. Really glad that we get to have a group of people come back and watch us just ramble on about a game that we enjoy and a team that we were born in. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait for the fall. I hope we get some tournaments in the meantime, but that is sadly the end, and they put up an amazing effort. It was great games all around. So good job, University of Hartford. Can't wait to see you back after the break.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
So should I do the bit where I'm talking about something like incendiary and then you cut me off again, or is that something?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
really
yeah. We
annoying?
should do that.
Oh, we should do it again because
Yeah.
like the